Right now, as you're watching this video, there are mysterious worlds spinning in the darkness beyond Pluto that NASA has been quietly discovering. Worlds so bizarre they're rewriting everything we thought we knew about our solar system. These aren't just random chunks of ice floating in space. These are full-blown alien worlds with their own moons, ring systems, and physics-defying properties that would make science fiction writers jealous. But here's the kicker. Some of these discoveries are so recent that most people have never even heard their names. Did you know there's a world out there that spins so fast it literally stretched itself into the shape of a football? The dwarf planet that dethroned Pluto. Did you know there's a world out there so massive it literally kicked Pluto out of the Planet Club? Meet Eris, the cosmic troublemaker that changed everything we thought we knew about our solar system. This icy giant sits way beyond Pluto's orbit, roughly 68 times farther from the Sun than Earth, making it one of the most distant objects we've ever discovered in our neighborhood. What makes Eris absolutely mind-blowing is that it's actually 27% more massive than Pluto, despite being slightly smaller in size. Think of it as the dense, muscular cousin that nobody talks about at family gatherings. When astronomers first spotted this beast in 2005, it sparked the Great Planetary Identity Crisis that ultimately led to Pluto's demotion to dwarf planet status. But here's where it gets really wild. Eris is so far out there that it takes 557 Earth years just to complete one single orbit around our Sun. The surface temperature, a bone-chilling -400 degrees Fahrenheit, cold enough to freeze nitrogen solid. Named after the Greek goddess of chaos and discord, Eris lives up to its reputation by having an orbit so elliptical and tilted that it literally dances to its own cosmic rhythm. This frozen world even has its own moon called Dysnomia, named after Eris's daughter who was the goddess of lawlessness. Together, they're like the ultimate rebel duo of our solar system, proving that the most interesting characters always hang out in the shadows. The Easter Island of space. What if I told you there's a world out there named after an Easter Island creation god that's hiding secrets NASA never expected? Welcome to Makemake, the reddish dwarf planet that's rewriting the rules of what we thought possible in the outer solar system. This bizarre world sits about 45 times farther from the Sun than Earth, cruising through the Kuiper Belt like a cosmic ghost wrapped in mystery. Here's what makes Makemake absolutely fascinating. Its surface is covered in frozen methane and nitrogen, giving it this eerie reddish-brown color that makes it look like a giant rusty marble floating in space. But the real shocker came when scientists discovered that this supposedly lonely world actually has a tiny, dark moon they nicknamed MK2. This little companion is so dark it absorbs almost all light that hits it, making it nearly invisible and explaining why it took astronomers over a decade to spot it after finding Makemake itself. The temperature on this frozen wasteland? A brutal -406 degrees Fahrenheit, so cold that even the atmosphere would freeze solid if it had one. What's really mind-bending is that Makemake completes one orbit around our Sun every 310 Earth years, meaning since its discovery in 2005, it's barely moved from where we first spotted it. Named after the Polynesian creator deity from Easter Island, this world represents one of the most significant discoveries in our solar system's outer reaches, proving that even in the darkest, coldest corners of space, there are still incredible surprises waiting to be uncovered. The spinning football planet. There's a world spinning so fast in our solar system that it literally stretched itself into the shape of a football, and it comes with its own ring system that shouldn't even exist. Say hello to Haumea, the cosmic speed demon that's breaking every rule we thought we knew about how planets behave. This elongated freak of nature rotates once every 4 hours, making it one of the fastest spinning objects in our entire solar system. So fast that centrifugal force has warped it into an egg-like shape that's twice as long as it is wide. Located about 43 times farther from the Sun than Earth, Haumea is essentially a giant spinning ice ball made mostly of crystalline water ice, reflecting sunlight so brilliantly that it practically glows in the darkness of space. But here's where things get absolutely insane. This spinning football has 2 moons, Hi'iaka and Namaka, named after Hawaiian goddesses, and they're likely chunks that got flung off during some catastrophic collision billions of years ago. The real kicker? In 2017, scientists discovered that Haumea has its own ring system, making it the first known ringed object beyond Neptune. These rings are incredibly thin and dark, orbiting around Haumea's equator like a cosmic hula hoop. What makes this discovery so shocking is that according to everything we know about physics, rings shouldn't be stable around such a rapidly rotating, oddly shaped object. Yet, there they are, defying our understanding and proving that the outer solar system is full of impossible worlds doing impossible things. The Lonely Wanderer. Ever wonder what happens when a world gets so lonely that it takes 11,400 years just to say hello to the sun once? Meet Sedna, the cosmic hermit that's rewriting everything we thought we knew about the edge of our solar system. This blood-red dwarf planet is currently sitting about 84 times farther from the sun than Earth. But here's the kicker. Yeah, that's actually its close approach. When Sedna reaches its farthest point in its orbit, it ventures out to a mind-boggling 937 astronomical units away, making it so distant that the sun would look like just another bright star in the sky. What makes this world absolutely fascinating is its deep crimson color, caused by organic compounds called tholins that have been baked by cosmic radiation for billions of years. The surface is a frozen wasteland of water ice, methane, and carbon dioxide, with temperatures that never rise above -400 degrees Fahrenheit. But here's where Sedna gets really mysterious. Its orbit is so extreme and elongated that something massive must have gravitationally yanked it into this bizarre path billions of years ago. Scientists think it could have been a rogue star that passed through our solar system when the sun was young, or maybe even evidence of the legendary Planet 9 lurking in the outer darkness. Sedna rotates incredibly slowly, taking about 10 hours to complete one spin, and it's completely alone out there with no known moons. This lonely wanderer represents our first glimpse into the inner Oort cloud, that mysterious region where comets are born. The Ancient Surprise. There's a world out there that's completely shattering our understanding of physics by sporting rings that absolutely should not exist. Meet Quaoar, the rebel dwarf planet that's making scientists question everything they thought they knew about how ring systems work. This icy troublemaker sits about 43 times farther from the sun than Earth, cruising through the Kuiper Belt with a secret that wasn't discovered until 2022. Named after the creation deity of the Tongva people of Southern California, Quaoar is roughly half the size of Pluto, but packs enough surprises to keep astronomers scratching their heads for years. Here's what makes this world absolutely mind-blowing. It has a ring system that orbits at a distance where rings simply cannot exist according to our current understanding of celestial mechanics. These rings sit way beyond what's called the Roche limit, the theoretical boundary where a planet's gravity should tear apart any orbiting material and turn it into moons instead. Yet Quaoar's rings are just hanging out there, perfectly stable, basically giving physics the middle finger. The rings themselves are incredibly faint and narrow, made up of tiny particles that somehow resist clumping together into larger objects. What's even more bizarre is that Quaoar has a small moon called Weiwat, named after Quaoar's son in Tongva mythology, which orbits much farther out than the rings. This setup defies everything we know about how ring systems should behave, suggesting there are fundamental forces at work in our solar system that we're only just beginning to understand. Pluto's anti-twin. What if there's a world out there that's locked in a cosmic dance with Pluto, orbiting in perfect harmony but always staying on the exact opposite side of the solar system? Welcome to Orcus, the anti-Pluto that's proving the universe has a twisted sense of symmetry. This dark, mysterious dwarf planet sits roughly the same distance from the sun as Pluto, about 39 times farther than Earth, but here's where things get absolutely wild. It's trapped in what scientists call a 1-to-2 orbital resonance with Pluto, meaning for every 2 orbits Pluto makes, Orcus completes exactly 1. But the real kicker is that they're positioned like cosmic opposites, always maintaining maximum separation as they waltz through space together. Named after the Roman god of the underworld and punisher of broken oaths, Orcus is significantly smaller than Pluto but shares some eerily similar characteristics. Its surface is covered in water ice mixed with organic compounds, giving it a grayish appearance that makes it look like Pluto's shadow twin. The most fascinating part? Orcus has its own moon called Vanth, named after an Etruscan demon, and this moon is unusually large compared to its parent, almost like a mini version of the Pluto-Charon system. What makes this relationship so bizarre is that despite being gravitationally linked in this eternal dance, Orcus and Pluto will never get closer than about 18 astronomical units apart. They're like cosmic dance partners who are forever destined to mirror each other's movements while never actually meeting, creating one of the most elegant and mysterious orbital relationships in our entire solar system. The Chaos Bringer. There's a world tumbling through space so chaotically that scientists can't even figure out which way is up, and it's named after a Chinese water god known for causing floods and chaos. Meet Gong Gong, the cosmic troublemaker that's spinning in such a bizarre way, it's making astronomers question everything they know about planetary rotation. This dark, reddish dwarf planet lurks about 67 times farther from the Sun than Earth, taking a whopping 554 years to complete just one orbit around our star. What makes Gong Gong absolutely mind-bending is its rotation. Instead of spinning like a normal planet with a stable axis, it tumbles end over end in a completely unpredictable pattern that changes constantly. Scientists think this chaotic tumbling was caused by a massive collision sometime in its past, possibly the same impact that created its small moon, Xiangliu, named after Gong Gong's nine-headed serpent companion in Chinese mythology. The surface of this world is covered in dark, methane-rich materials that absorb most of the sunlight hitting it, making it one of the reddest objects in the outer solar system. Here's what's really wild. Gong Gong is so massive that it's right on the borderline of being large enough to pull itself into a round shape, but its chaotic rotation and composition keep it slightly elongated. The temperatures on this frozen wasteland never rise above -400 degrees Fahrenheit, cold enough to freeze nitrogen solid. This tumbling giant represents one of the most dynamically unstable objects we've discovered in our solar system, proving that even billions of years after formation, some worlds are still dealing with ancient cosmic trauma. The Slow Giant. There's a cosmic giant lurking so far out in space that it takes over 1,100 years just to say hello to the Sun once. And, scientists almost missed it completely while hunting for dark energy. Meet 2014 UZ-224, nicknamed DD for Distant Dwarf, the slow-motion behemoth that's redefining what we know about the edge of our solar system. This mysterious world sits approximately 8.5 billion miles away from the Sun right now, making it nearly 3 times farther out than Pluto, and ranking it as the third most distant known object in the Kuiper Belt. What makes this discovery absolutely incredible is that it was found completely by accident. Astronomers were using the dark energy camera to map distant galaxies when undergraduate students spotted this single moving dot creeping across the cosmic background. The sheer size of this world is mind-blowing, measuring roughly 395 miles across, which makes it about 2/3 the diameter of the dwarf planet Ceres, and roughly half the size of Pluto. Here's where things get really wild. 2014 UZ-224 has one of the most extreme orbits ever discovered, swinging as close as 38 astronomical units from the Sun and reaching as far out as 180 astronomical units, creating an incredibly elongated path that takes 1,147 years to complete. The surface of this distant world is incredibly dark, reflecting only 13% of the sunlight that hits it, making it one of the darkest objects in our solar system. What's fascinating is that this world is currently headed inward toward the Sun and won't reach its closest approach until the year 2142. The Snowman of Space. What if I told you there's a cosmic snowman floating 4 billion miles away that's revealing the deepest secrets of how our entire solar system was born? Meet Arrokoth, the most distant object ever visited by a spacecraft, and the ultimate time capsule that's rewriting everything we thought we knew about planetary formation. This bizarre double-lobed world looks exactly like a flattened snowman, with 2 rounded sections gently touching each other in what scientists describe as the most gentle cosmic kiss ever recorded. Here's what makes this discovery absolutely mind-blowing. When NASA's New Horizons spacecraft flew by Arrokoth on New Year's Day 2019, it revealed that this ancient relic formed through a process so delicate that its 2 halves came together at just 7 miles per hour, essentially docking like spacecraft rather than smashing together violently. The surface of this primordial world is incredibly red, even redder than Pluto, and recent analysis has revealed something that could change our understanding of life's origins. It contains sugars like ribose and glucose, the fundamental building blocks of life itself. What's truly fascinating is that Arrokoth has remained virtually unchanged for 4.5 billion years, preserved in the deep freeze of the Kuiper Belt like a cosmic fossil. Scientists believe this snowman-shaped world formed when a localized cloud of primordial material gently collapsed and fused together, proving that planet formation can happen through surprisingly gentle processes rather than violent collisions. This discovery is revolutionizing our understanding of how planets form and suggesting that the building blocks of life might be far more common in the universe than we ever imagined. The Phantom World. What if there's an invisible giant lurking in the darkest corners of our solar system? A phantom world so massive it's secretly controlling the orbits of distant objects like a cosmic puppet master. Meet Planet 9, the theoretical super-Earth that could be the most significant discovery in astronomy since Neptune was found over 150 years ago. This mysterious world is believed to be roughly 10 times more massive than Earth, and orbits somewhere between 400 to 800 times farther from the Sun than our planet, making it so distant that it would take between 10,000 to 20,000 years just to complete one orbit around our star. Here's what makes this discovery absolutely mind-blowing. Scientists haven't actually seen Planet 9 yet, but they know it's there because of the gravitational fingerprints it's leaving behind. 6 distant objects in the Kuiper Belt all have their orbits mysteriously aligned in the same direction and tilted at the same 30-degree angle, something that would be virtually impossible without a massive planet shepherding them from the shadows. Computer simulations show that Planet 9's gravity is so powerful it could have tilted our entire solar system by 6 degrees over the past 4.5 billion years, finally solving a mystery that has puzzled astronomers for decades. Recent studies suggest there's at least a 40% chance this phantom planet actually exists, and it might be the core of a giant planet that was violently ejected by Jupiter during the chaotic early days of our solar system. With surface temperatures around minus 375 degrees Fahrenheit and a diameter 7.5 times larger than Earth, Planet 9 represents the ultimate cosmic hide-and-seek champion. So there you have it. 10 absolutely mind-blowing worlds that prove our solar system is way stranger than we ever imagined. From spinning footballs to phantom planets, these discoveries are just the beginning of what's waiting out there in the cosmic darkness. If these bizarre worlds blew your mind as much as they did mine, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss our latest space discoveries. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these worlds surprised you the most. Was it the tumbling chaos of Gong Gong or the invisible giant Planet 9? Thanks for joining me on this cosmic journey, and I'll see you in the next Space Facts adventure. Neptune is spinning through space right now at speeds that would, honestly, obliterate Earth in seconds, hiding secrets so deadly that just knowing them might make you appreciate our fragile blue planet in ways you never imagined. This ice giant doesn't just kill, it transforms matter itself, creating diamond rain while unleashing the fastest winds in our solar system at over 2,100 kilometers per hour. But here's what will blow your mind. If you fell into Neptune, you'd experience the universe's most elaborate death sentence. Do you know what would happen to your body in those final 30 seconds? The freezing journey begins. You're about to experience the most terrifying 30 seconds of your life, and there's absolutely nothing you can do to stop it. The moment you cross into Neptune's atmosphere, your body becomes a science experiment gone horribly wrong. At negative 218 degrees Celsius, the cold doesn't just bite, it instantly crystallizes the moisture in your eyes, turning your tears into tiny ice shards that scratch your corneas. But here's the twisted part. You're still conscious for those first few seconds, feeling every single cell in your body begin to freeze from the outside in. Your skin hardens like plastic wrap left in a freezer, cracking with each desperate breath you try to take. The hydrogen and helium mixture surrounding you offers zero oxygen, so your lungs are already screaming for air that will never come. Your blood starts thickening like syrup, making your heart work overtime just to pump it through your rapidly constricting veins. The atmospheric pressure builds so quickly that your eardrums don't just pop. They implode, sending waves of excruciating pain through your skull. Within 15 seconds, your body temperature has dropped so dramatically that your nervous system begins shutting down, starting with your extremities. Your fingers and toes go completely numb, then your arms and legs follow suit. The last thing you'd feel before losing consciousness completely is the bizarre sensation of your own breath condensing and freezing inside your throat, creating ice crystals that block your airway entirely. Crushing atmospheric pressure. You think Earth's worst hurricanes are terrifying? Neptune laughs at your Category 5 storms while unleashing winds that move at 2,100 kilometers per hour. That's actually faster than the speed of sound itself. These aren't just strong breezes that knock over trees, these are supersonic death machines that would literally rip your body apart at the molecular level. The moment these winds catch you, your skin doesn't just tear, it gets shredded like paper in a blender, peeling away in microscopic strips that get carried away faster than your brain can register the pain. Your clothes disintegrate instantly, followed by layers of muscle and tissue being stripped from your bones in a grotesque spiral pattern. But here's what makes it even more horrifying. These winds are so powerful they create pressure waves that compress and decompress your internal organs repeatedly, like someone squeezing and releasing a stress ball made of your liver and kidneys. Your ribcage flexes beyond its breaking point, snapping ribs like twigs while your lungs collapse and reinflate violently. The wind doesn't just move you, it turns you into a human projectile, slamming you through layers of increasingly dense atmosphere at speeds that would make a bullet jealous. Your bones shatter from the impact forces, creating a cloud of bone fragments that get swept up in the same winds that destroyed you. Within seconds, what was once a human being becomes nothing more than a scattered collection of organic particles, dancing in Neptune's eternal atmospheric fury, forever part of the most violent weather system in our solar system. The methane and hydrogen hell. What if I told you that Neptune literally rains diamonds, and you're about to become part of the most expensive shower in the universe? As you plummet deeper into this ice giant's atmosphere, the extreme pressure and temperature create something that sounds like a fairy tale but is actually your worst nightmare. The methane in Neptune's atmosphere gets compressed so intensely that carbon atoms rearrange themselves into pure diamond crystals, and these aren't tiny specks of glitter. We're talking about diamond chunks the size of hailstones pelting your body at terminal velocity. Each crystal hits you like a bullet made of the hardest substance on Earth, puncturing through whatever frozen remains of your skin still cling to your bones. But here's the truly insane part. These diamonds are forming inside your body too. The methane you've been forced to inhale is crystallizing in your lungs, throat, and stomach, creating razor-sharp diamond fragments that slice through your internal organs from the inside out. Your bloodstream becomes a river of liquid carrying microscopic diamond dust, turning your circulatory system into sandpaper that grinds against your blood vessel walls. The pressure is so immense that any carbon-based molecules in your body, which is basically everything that makes you human, start transforming into diamond structures. Your bones, your muscles, even your DNA begins crystallizing into the most beautiful and deadly gemstones in the solar system. You're not just dying in a diamond rain, you're becoming part of it, transformed into precious stones that will fall through Neptune's atmosphere for eternity. Diamond rain phenomenon. You're about to discover why Neptune's core is the most contradictory place in our solar system. A hellish furnace buried inside a frozen wasteland. After surviving the diamond rain and supersonic winds, you're now descending toward a core that's actually hotter than the surface of the sun itself, reaching temperatures of 5,000 degrees Celsius. This isn't just hot enough to melt steel, it's hot enough to vaporize diamonds instantly, turning those beautiful crystals that were shredding your body into superheated gas. But here's where physics gets absolutely mind-bending. You're simultaneously being crushed by pressure that's millions of times stronger than Earth's atmosphere while being cooked alive by temperatures that could power a small star. Your body, if any recognizable pieces still exist, would undergo a complete phase transition, not just melting, but turning directly from solid to plasma, skipping the liquid state entirely. The core itself is a bizarre mixture of rock, ice, and metallic compounds compressed into a state of matter that doesn't exist anywhere on Earth. The pressure is so intense that water ice becomes as hard as steel, while metals flow like liquids despite the scorching heat. Your atoms don't just separate, they get crushed together so tightly that electrons start behaving in ways that just totally defy normal chemistry. The gravitational forces are pulling you inward with such violence that your molecular structure stretches like taffy before snapping apart completely. You're not just dying, you're being transformed into exotic matter that exists nowhere else in the universe, becoming part of Neptune's mysterious core where honestly the laws of physics bend to their absolute breaking point. Wind speeds beyond imagination. Neptune's magnetic field isn't just tilted, it's completely insane. positioned 47 degrees off-center and spinning like a cosmic washing machine that's lost its balance. This isn't your typical planetary magnetosphere that protects life. This is a radiation death trap that's actively trying to cook you from the inside out. As you fall deeper, charged particles start bombarding your body with the intensity of 1,000 X-ray machines firing simultaneously. Your DNA doesn't just get damaged, it gets completely scrambled, with radiation tearing through your cells and rewriting your genetic code in real time like a cosmic computer virus. The magnetic field lines twist and spiral in ways that create pockets of concentrated radiation so intense they would make Chernobyl look like a gentle sunbath. These invisible energy streams slice through whatever remains of your body, ionizing your atoms and turning your blood into a radioactive soup. But here's the truly terrifying part. The magnetic field is constantly shifting and flipping, creating electromagnetic storms that generate electrical currents directly through your nervous system. Your brain gets fried by electrical surges that are millions of times stronger than a lightning bolt, while your heart tries desperately to beat against electromagnetic interference that's scrambling every electrical signal in your body. The radiation exposure is so severe that your cellular structure begins breaking down at the quantum level, with individual atoms losing electrons and becoming unstable isotopes. You're not just being killed by radiation, you're being transformed into a walking nuclear reaction, with your own body becoming radioactive enough to power a small city. The mysterious core approach. Time itself becomes your enemy, as Neptune's gravity warps reality around you in ways that would make Einstein weep. One day on Neptune lasts 16 Earth hours, but here's the mind-bending part. As you fall deeper into this gravitational monster, time starts moving differently for you compared to anyone watching from Earth. The massive gravitational field creates what scientists call time dilation, meaning every second you experience feels normal to you, but to observers on Earth, you're moving through time like molasses. Your final moments of agony get stretched out across what feels like an eternity to the outside universe. But from your perspective, something even more disturbing happens. Your biological clock starts going haywire as your brain tries to process the changing gravitational forces. The part of your brain that regulates circadian rhythms gets completely scrambled by the intense gravity, making you feel like you're experiencing days and nights that just don't exist. Your body's natural 24-hour cycle becomes meaningless, as Neptune's rapid rotation creates a disorienting strobe effect of light and darkness that happens faster than your brain can adapt to. The gravitational time dilation also means that different parts of your body are literally aging at different rates. Your feet, being closer to Neptune's center, experience time slightly slower than your head. This creates a horrifying biological paradox where your body starts aging unevenly, with cellular processes happening at different speeds throughout your organs. You're not just dying in space and time, you're being torn apart by time itself, experiencing your final moments in a temporal nightmare that defies human comprehension. Magnetic field chaos. You've just crossed the event horizon of your own destruction, the point where Neptune's gravity becomes so overwhelming that even if you had a rocket ship, you couldn't escape. This isn't like jumping off a cliff where you might survive with the right equipment. This is physics saying absolutely not to any hope of rescue. Neptune's escape velocity is 23.5 kilometers per second. That's over 84,000 kilometers per hour. And you're already past the point where that speed is achievable. Your body is now property of this ice giant, claimed by gravitational forces that are 11 times stronger than Earth's. But here's what makes this moment truly terrifying. You can feel your body stretching like a rubber band as the gravity at your feet becomes significantly stronger than the gravity at your head. This process, called spaghettification, doesn't happen gently. It's like being on a medieval torture rack that's operated by the laws of physics themselves. Your spine elongates vertebra by vertebra, creating gaps between your bones that fill with fluid before your nervous system finally gives up trying to send signals through the increasing distance. Your arms and legs stretch until your joints dislocate with audible pops that echo through the thin atmosphere. The gravitational gradient is so steep that your blood starts pooling in your lower extremities, creating a horrifying biological traffic jam as your heart struggles to pump against forces it was never designed to handle. Your internal organs begin shifting position inside your body cavity, sliding toward your feet like contents of a bag being held upside down. There's no coming back from this point. You're committed to becoming part of Neptune's mass, adding your atoms to this cosmic giant forever. time dilation effects. This is where your existence as a human being officially ends and you become something else entirely. A cloud of subatomic particles scattered through Neptune's atmosphere like cosmic dust. The combination of crushing pressure, extreme temperature, radiation bombardment, and gravitational forces has pushed your molecular structure beyond its absolute breaking point. Your atoms, which have been held together by electromagnetic forces for your entire life, finally surrendered to the overwhelming physics of this alien world. The chemical bonds that make up your DNA, your proteins, your very essence as a living organism, snap apart like overstretched rubber bands. But you know, this isn't a gentle dissolution. It's a violent molecular explosion where every atom in your body gets ripped away from its neighbors and sent flying in different directions at incredible speeds. Your carbon atoms join the methane in Neptune's atmosphere, your oxygen becomes part of the water ice crystals, and your hydrogen merges with the planet's primary atmospheric component. The calcium from your bones gets crushed into exotic crystalline structures that exist nowhere else in the universe, while the iron in your blood becomes part of Neptune's metallic core. What's truly mind-boggling is that your atoms don't just disappear, they become permanent residents of this ice giant, cycling through its atmospheric layers for billions of years. The nitrogen that once carried thoughts through your brain will spend eternity swirling in Neptune's storms, while the phosphorus from your cellular energy systems joins the planet's mysterious chemical processes. You haven't just died, you've been completely integrated into an alien world, your very atoms becoming part of the most distant planet in our solar system. The point of no return. You're experiencing something that no human has ever survived. The complete transformation from a living, breathing person into scattered cosmic particles floating through the most hostile environment in our solar system. Your journey through Neptune's layers has been a masterclass in how the universe can dismantle a human being in the most spectacular and terrifying ways possible. Every single atom that once made up your thoughts, your memories, your dreams, and your fears is now permanently woven into the fabric of this ice giant's atmosphere. The hydrogen that carried oxygen through your bloodstream is now part of Neptune's endless storms, while the carbon that formed your muscles and organs has joined the planet's methane clouds. Your consciousness, that mysterious spark that made you uniquely human, has been extinguished and replaced by pure physics, your atoms following the laws of thermodynamics and quantum mechanics instead of biology and emotion. But here's the strangest part of this cosmic horror story. In a way, you've achieved a form of immortality that no human has ever experienced. Your atoms will circle Neptune for billions of years, participating in diamond rain, supersonic winds, and magnetic field fluctuations, long after Earth itself has been consumed by our dying sun. You've become part of something far larger and more ancient than human civilization, a planetary system that has existed for over 4 billion years and will continue spinning through space long after our species is forgotten. Your death wasn't just an ending, it was a transformation into something eternal, scattered across an alien world at the edge of our solar system. Final molecular disintegration. So there you have it. Falling into Neptune isn't just death, it's the most elaborate and scientifically brutal way the universe could possibly end your existence. From the moment you hit that frozen atmosphere to your final molecular breakdown, you'd experience every conceivable form of cosmic torture that physics has to offer. The freezing temperatures, bone-crushing pressure, diamond rain, supersonic winds, radiation bombardment, gravitational stretching, and complete atomic disintegration would turn your 30-second fall into the most intense and terrifying experience imaginable. But here's what really gets me. Your atoms don't just disappear into nothingness. They become part of Neptune forever, cycling through its storms and participating in phenomena that we're still trying to understand. In a twisted way, falling into Neptune would make you more connected to the cosmos than any human has ever been. You'd literally become part of an alien world, your very essence scattered across a planet that's been spinning at the edge of our solar system since before life existed on Earth. What do you think is the most terrifying part of this journey? The instant freezing, the diamond rain, or the fact that your atoms would be trapped on Neptune for billions of years? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if this made you appreciate Earth's atmosphere a little more, hit that like button. Trust me, after learning about Neptune's deadly embrace, you'll never complain about Earth's weather again. And hey, If you want to explore more cosmic nightmares, subscribe because we're just getting started with the universe's most creative ways to end human existence. That's the terrifying reality of Neptune, a cosmic death machine disguised as a beautiful blue planet. Your 30-second journey would rewrite the laws of human survival in the most spectacular way possible. If this cosmic nightmare made you grateful for Earth's gentle atmosphere, smash that like button and let me know in the comments which part shocked you the most. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss our latest space revelations, and subscribe to Space Facts for more mind-blowing cosmic content that'll change how you see our universe. Until next time, keep looking up. Mars is closer to becoming humanity's second home than ever before. In the year 2025, multiple missions are actively exploring the planet, uncovering secrets that could change everything we know about life beyond Earth. Here's a powerful fact. Mars has the tallest volcano in the solar system, Olympus Mons, standing nearly 3 times the height of Mount Everest. This giant peak tells a story of a planet shaped by intense geological forces. Did you know this incredible feature exists on our neighboring world? Mars missions in 2025. Mars in 2025 is no longer just a distant dream but a dynamic frontier buzzing with activity and innovation. This year marks a pivotal moment as multiple missions, both robotic and preparatory for human arrival, are in full swing. NASA's Perseverance rover continues to send back invaluable data, analyzing Martian soil and searching for signs of ancient microbial life, while China's Tianwen-1 mission expands our understanding of Mars's atmosphere and surface. Meanwhile, private companies like SpaceX are pushing the boundaries with their Starship program, aiming to make human travel to Mars a reality within the decade. Advances in artificial intelligence and robotics have revolutionized how these missions operate, allowing rovers and landers to perform complex tasks autonomously, overcoming the communication delays between Earth and Mars. The year 2025 also sees unprecedented international collaboration, with agencies from Europe, Russia and the UAE joining forces to share resources and expertise, accelerating our collective progress. These missions not only gather scientific data, but also test new technologies for sustainable living on Mars, such as habitat modules and life support systems designed to withstand the harsh Martian environment. The excitement is palpable because each discovery brings us closer to answering profound questions about life beyond Earth and our future as an interplanetary species. Mars in 2025 is a testament to human curiosity and determination, setting the stage for the next giant leap in space exploration. What's happening on the Red Planet right now isn't just history in the making, it's the foundation for humanity's future among the stars. Technological advances. The technology powering Mars exploration in 2025 is nothing short of revolutionary, transforming how we study and prepare for life on the Red Planet. Gone are the days when rovers were simple remote-controlled machines. Today's explorers are equipped with cutting-edge artificial intelligence that enables them to make decisions independently, navigate treacherous terrain, and conduct experiments without waiting for instructions from Earth. This leap in autonomy is crucial because the communication delay between Earth and Mars can stretch up to 22 minutes one way, making real-time control impossible. Advanced robotics now handle complex tasks like drilling beneath the surface to collect samples, analyzing soil chemistry, and even assembling habitat components designed for future astronauts. Communication technology has also seen a massive upgrade, with laser-based systems promising faster and more reliable data transmission, allowing scientists to receive high-resolution images and detailed findings almost in real time. Additionally, innovations in power sources such as improved nuclear batteries and solar panels optimized for Mars's dusty environment ensure these missions can last longer and perform more ambitious tasks. The integration of virtual reality and augmented reality tools is also helping mission planners and engineers on Earth to simulate Mars conditions with incredible accuracy, refining every step before it happens millions of miles away. All these technological advances don't just push the boundaries of exploration, they lay the groundwork for sustainable human presence on Mars. In 2025, technology isn't just supporting missions, it's redefining what's possible for humanity's next giant leap into the cosmos. Mars colonization efforts. Human colonization of Mars in 2025 is shifting from science fiction to serious groundwork, with bold plans and groundbreaking tests shaping the future of interplanetary living. SpaceX's Starship program is at the forefront, making rapid progress toward carrying the first humans to Mars within the next few years. These efforts are not just about reaching Mars, but about creating sustainable habitats where people can live and work long-term. Engineers and scientists are testing life support systems that recycle air and water, advanced greenhouses to grow food in Martian soil, and radiation shielding to protect settlers from cosmic rays and solar storms. NASA's Artemis program, while focused on the Moon, is also playing a crucial role by developing technologies and strategies that will be adapted for Mars missions. Meanwhile, space agencies worldwide are collaborating on building infrastructure like landing pads, communication networks, and energy sources that future colonies will rely on. The challenges are immense. Mars' thin atmosphere, extreme temperatures, and isolation demand innovative solutions. But every test and prototype in 2025 brings us closer to turning Mars into a second home. What's thrilling is that this isn't just about astronauts in spacesuits. It's about creating a new society, with all the complexities that come with it, from psychology to resource management. The dream of humans living on Mars is no longer a distant fantasy, but a rapidly approaching reality, fueled by relentless ambition and cutting-edge science. In 2025, Mars colonization efforts are laying the foundation for humanity's boldest adventure yet. Scientific discoveries. Mars continues to surprise scientists in 2025 with groundbreaking discoveries that, honestly, reshape our understanding of the planet's history and its potential for life. Recent data from rovers and orbiters have revealed these really complex geological formations that hint at a wetter, more dynamic past than we ever imagined. Sedimentary layers, ancient riverbeds, and mineral deposits all suggest that Mars once had vast oceans and lakes, creating environments that could have supported microbial life. In 2025, researchers are analyzing organic molecules found in Martian soil samples, and that's sparking some lively debates about whether life ever existed there. These findings aren't just scientific curiosities, they could actually answer one of humanity's oldest questions: are we alone in the universe? Additionally, the discovery of methane spikes in the atmosphere continues to intrigue experts, since methane can be produced by both geological and biological processes. Figuring out its source could unlock clues about current or past life beneath the surface. Mars's diverse terrain, from those towering volcanoes to deep canyons, is also being studied in unprecedented detail, revealing how volcanic activity and climate shifts shaped the planet's evolution. Each new discovery adds pieces to the puzzle, helping scientists prepare for future human missions by identifying safe landing sites and resource-rich areas. The excitement in 2025 is honestly palpable, because every breakthrough brings Mars closer from a distant world to a place we might actually one day call home. Exploring Mars isn't just about science, it's about discovering our own origins and possibilities in the vast cosmos. Water on Mars. Water on Mars has become the hottest topic in 2025, and for good reason. Finding accessible water is the key to unlocking Mars's potential for life and human settlement. Recent missions have confirmed that vast reserves of water ice lie hidden beneath the planet's surface, especially near the poles and in some mid-latitude regions. But what's truly exciting is the growing evidence that liquid water might occasionally flow on the surface, even if just briefly, during those warmer seasons. This discovery really challenges long-held beliefs about Mars being a completely dry world, and it opens up new possibilities for sustaining future explorers. Scientists are also investigating how to extract this ice efficiently, turning it into drinkable water, breathable oxygen, and even rocket fuel by splitting water molecules. This could drastically reduce the need to transport resources from Earth, making Mars missions a lot more feasible and cost-effective. Moreover, understanding the water cycle on Mars helps researchers predict weather patterns and seasonal changes, which is crucial for planning safe human activities. The presence of water also fuels the ongoing search for microbial life, since water is essential for all known life forms. In 2025, every drop of water discovered on Mars isn't just a scientific breakthrough, it's a lifeline for humanity's ambitions beyond Earth. With water now more than just a distant hope, Mars is steadily transforming from a barren desert into a world teeming with potential for discovery, survival, and maybe one day, thriving human communities. Mars' atmosphere and climate. Mars's atmosphere in 2025 remains one of the most fascinating and challenging aspects of exploring the red planet. Unlike Earth's thick, life-supporting blanket of gases, Mars has a thin atmosphere composed mostly of carbon dioxide, with just traces of nitrogen and argon. This thin layer means surface pressure is less than 1% of Earth's, making it impossible for humans to breathe without assistance. But what's really captivating in 2025 is how scientists are unraveling the mysteries of Mars's climate and weather patterns. Dust storms, some of which can actually engulf the entire planet for weeks, continue to pose a major obstacle for solar-powered missions and future colonists. These storms can drastically reduce sunlight, affecting energy supplies and visibility. Researchers are closely monitoring temperature fluctuations that swing wildly from blistering heat during the day to freezing cold at night, demanding innovative solutions for habitats and equipment. Recent data also show seasonal changes in atmospheric gases, hinting at active geological or even biological processes beneath the surface. Understanding these atmospheric dynamics is absolutely crucial for planning safe landings, designing protective gear, and predicting weather conditions for astronauts. In 2025, every insight into Mars's atmosphere brings us closer to taming this alien environment, turning a hostile world into a place where humans might one day thrive. The red planet's climate may be harsh and unpredictable, but it's also a puzzle that fuels our curiosity and determination to explore further. International collaboration. International collaboration on Mars exploration in 2025 is reaching unprecedented levels, proving that space truly unites humanity beyond borders. Space agencies from Europe, Russia, China, the UAE, and the United States are pooling their expertise, technology, and resources to tackle the immense challenges of reaching and studying Mars. This global teamwork accelerates progress by sharing data, coordinating mission schedules, and jointly developing new technologies. For example, the European Space Agency's ExoMars mission works closely with NASA's Perseverance rover, combining their scientific instruments to maximize discoveries. Meanwhile, private companies from various countries contribute innovative spacecraft designs and launch capabilities, making Mars missions more affordable and frequent. This cooperation extends beyond just hardware. Scientists and engineers across continents collaborate in real time through virtual platforms, analyzing samples and planning future missions together. The benefits are clear. By working as a united front, the international community can overcome technical, financial, and logistical hurdles that would be insurmountable alone. In 2025, Mars exploration is not just a race, it's a shared journey that reflects humanity's collective curiosity and ambition. This spirit of collaboration also sets a powerful example for solving Earth's problems, showing how global challenges can be met with unity and innovation. As we push further into the cosmos, the partnerships forged today will be the foundation for sustainable human presence on Mars and beyond. The story of Mars in 2025 is as much about cooperation as it is about discovery, reminding us that when we reach for the stars, we do it together. Challenges in Mars exploration. Mars exploration faces some of the toughest challenges humanity has ever encountered, and well, 2025 is no exception. One of the biggest hurdles is radiation. Without Earth's protective magnetic field, astronauts and equipment on Mars are exposed to dangerous cosmic rays and solar particles that can damage DNA and electronics. Engineers are, racing to develop effective shielding technologies, from advanced materials to underground habitats, to keep future settlers safe. Another persistent challenge is Mars's infamous dust storms, which can last for weeks and cover the entire planet, blocking sunlight and disrupting solar power systems. These storms also pose risks to machinery by clogging joints and sensors with fine dust. Communication delays between Earth and Mars, which can stretch up to 22 minutes one way, make real-time control impossible, forcing rovers and landers to operate autonomously, a complex feat requiring sophisticated AI. The thin atmosphere and extreme temperature swings, from scorching days to freezing nights, demand robust life support systems and habitat designs that can withstand these harsh conditions. Even the psychological effects of isolation and confinement on astronauts are a major concern, prompting research into mental health support for long-duration missions. Despite these obstacles, every challenge tackled in 2025 pushes us closer to sustainable human presence on Mars. These difficulties don't just test technology, they test human resilience and ingenuity, proving that with determination and innovation, no frontier is too daunting. Mars exploration in 2025 is a story of overcoming the impossible, one challenge at a time. Mars sample return missions. Mars sample return missions in 2025 are among the most ambitious and eagerly anticipated projects in space exploration. For the first time, robotic spacecraft are not only collecting soil and rock samples, but preparing to send these precious pieces of Mars back to Earth for detailed analysis. This monumental effort involves complex coordination between orbiters, landers, and rovers working in perfect harmony. The samples hold the key to unlocking Mars's secrets, offering clues about its geological history, climate evolution, and the tantalizing possibility of past life. Unlike remote analysis, bringing Martian material to Earth allows scientists to use the most advanced laboratory equipment, far beyond what can be sent to Mars, to conduct experiments with, honestly, unparalleled precision. The technical challenges are enormous. The spacecraft must safely collect, store, and launch the samples into orbit around Mars, where another spacecraft will capture them for the journey home. Success in 2025 would mark a historic first in interplanetary sample return, paving the way for future missions that could bring back even more diverse materials. This mission also tests technologies essential for human exploration, such as precision landing and autonomous rendezvous in space. The excitement surrounding these missions is palpable because they represent a giant leap in our quest to understand Mars not just as a distant world, but as a place that once might have harbored life. In 2025, the dream of holding a piece of Mars in our hands is closer than ever, promising to revolutionize planetary science and inspire generations to come. Future outlook beyond 2025. Mars exploration beyond 2025 is shaping up to be an era of bold ambitions and groundbreaking breakthroughs that could, really redefine humanity's place in the cosmos. Plans are already underway for more advanced missions that aim not just to visit Mars but to establish a lasting human presence. Concepts like building self-sustaining colonies, mining Martian resources, and even terraforming parts of the planet are moving from theoretical discussions to serious research and development. Space agencies and private companies are designing next-generation spacecraft capable of faster travel, larger payloads, and safer landings. Technologies tested in 2025 will evolve, enabling astronauts to live longer on Mars, with minimal reliance on Earth. Beyond technology, the focus will shift to creating the social, psychological, and economic frameworks needed for life on another planet. Everything from governance and communication to education and healthcare in space. Meanwhile, robotic explorers will continue to scout new regions, searching for resources and uncovering Mars' secrets in greater detail. International cooperation is expected to deepen, with joint missions and shared infrastructure becoming the norm. The challenges remain daunting: radiation, dust storms, and the sheer distance from Earth. But the momentum built in 2025 promises a future where Mars is not just a destination but a new home. The excitement lies in knowing that what we start now will shape the next century of exploration and discovery. Mars Beyond 2025 is a story of human resilience, innovation, and the unyielding desire to explore the unknown, pushing us ever closer to becoming an interplanetary species. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through Mars in 2025. If you loved diving into these fascinating facts about the red planet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss an update from Space Facts. We want to hear from you. Drop a comment below sharing your thoughts or questions about Mars and space exploration. Your curiosity fuels our mission to bring the universe closer to you. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video. The July buck moon has fascinated humans for centuries, not just for its stunning glow, but for its deep connection to nature's cycles. Did you know this full moon is named after the time when male deer begin growing their antlers, covered in soft velvet? It's a powerful reminder of growth and renewal under the summer sky. The buck moon isn't just light in the night, it's nature's signal. Are you familiar with this intriguing lunar fact? What is the buck moon? The July buck moon isn't just another full moon lighting up the night sky, it carries a story rooted deep in nature and tradition. This moon gets its name from the time of year when male deer or bucks start growing their new antlers covered in soft velvet. It's a signal that summer is in full swing and nature is buzzing with life. The name itself comes from Native American and colonial American folklore, where each full moon was given a unique title to mark the changing seasons. The buck moon, appearing in July, was a way to track time and the cycles of wildlife. Unlike other moons with more mysterious or poetic names, the buck moon is a straightforward nod to the natural world and its rhythms. It's fascinating how this lunar event connects us to the environment, reminding us of the delicate balance between the moon's phases and animal behavior. For many, the buck moon is more than just a celestial event. It's a moment to pause and appreciate the changing seasons and the life cycles happening all around us. So next time you look up and see that glowing orb in July, remember it's not just light in the sky, but a symbol of growth, renewal, and the timeless dance between Earth and the cosmos. What's your favorite thing about the buck moon? Let me know. Timing and occurrence. Every year as July rolls around, the night sky treats us to a spectacular show, the buck moon. But when exactly does this lunar event happen? The buck moon usually appears in mid to late July, marking the fourth full moon of the year. Its timing isn't random. It's closely tied to the lunar calendar, which follows the moon's phases from new to full and back again. This means the buck moon can fall on different dates each year, but it always shines brightest during July, illuminating summer nights with a soft, silvery glow. For skywatchers, this is the perfect opportunity to pause and connect with the natural rhythms of the Earth and Moon. Unlike the fixed dates of our calendar months, the lunar cycle is about 29.5 days, so the buck moon's arrival shifts slightly each year, keeping things exciting for astronomers and casual observers alike. This shifting schedule also means that sometimes the buck moon aligns with other celestial events, like meteor showers or eclipses, creating unforgettable nights in the sky. Knowing when to expect the buck moon helps people plan their outdoor adventures, photography sessions, or even cultural celebrations that honor this luminous moment. So if you want to catch the next buck moon, keep an eye on the calendar and the sky. It's a reminder that nature's clock is always ticking, inviting us to witness its timeless dance. Have you ever marked your calendar for a full moon? Share your story. Cultural significance. The buck moon isn't just a name plucked from thin air. It carries deep cultural meaning that spans continents and centuries. For many Native American tribes, each full moon had a special name that reflected the natural world and seasonal changes, and the July buck moon was no exception. It signified the time when bucks began to grow their new antlers, a powerful symbol of renewal and strength. But beyond the deer, this moon marked a period of abundance and growth, signaling hunters and farmers about the rhythms of the land. In some cultures, the buck moon was also called the thunder moon because July often brings summer storms that roar across the sky. Around the world, people have celebrated this moon with rituals, stories, and gatherings that honor nature's cycles. Even today, many communities hold festivals or simply take time to appreciate the glowing orb that lights up the summer night. This cultural richness adds layers of meaning to the buck moon, connecting us to traditions that remind us how humans have long looked to the sky for guidance and inspiration. It's fascinating to think that when you watch the buck moon rise, you're sharing a moment with countless generations who found wonder and wisdom in its light. What cultural stories or traditions have you heard about the full moon? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Connection to nature. The July buck moon is more than just a name tied to deer. It's a vivid reminder of nature's incredible timing. During this time of year, male deer or bucks begin growing their new antlers, which start out soft and covered in velvet. This velvet is actually a living skin full of blood vessels that help the antlers develop quickly. It's a fascinating natural process that aligns perfectly with the full moon's appearance in July, making the buck moon a symbol of growth and renewal in the animal kingdom. But it's not just deer that respond to this lunar phase. Many plants and animals follow seasonal cues linked to the moon's cycle. The buck moon acts like a natural calendar, signaling changes in behavior and growth patterns across the ecosystem. This connection between the moon and wildlife reminds us how closely life on Earth is tied to celestial rhythms. When you look up at the glowing buck moon, you're witnessing a cosmic event that influences more than just the tides. It's a beacon for life itself, guiding the cycles of growth and change. Have you noticed how nature seems to shift during full moons? Share your experiences below. Astronomical details. The buck moon isn't just a beautiful sight. It's a fascinating astronomical event with unique characteristics that make it stand out. Unlike other full moons, the buck moon often appears larger and brighter in the sky because it happens during the height of summer when the Earth is closer to the sun. This means the moon reflects more sunlight, giving it a warm, golden glow that can light up even the darkest nights. Astronomers note that the buck moon is part of a larger lunar cycle that influences everything from tides to animal behavior. Its brightness and position in the sky make it one of the easiest full moons to observe, even from urban areas with light pollution. Plus, because it's the fourth full moon of the year, it plays a key role in marking seasonal transitions. The moon's phases during this time also affect how we experience the night. Whether it's the perfect backdrop for a summer gathering or a quiet moment of reflection. So when you see that glowing orb rising in July, remember it's not just a pretty face in the sky, it's a powerful celestial body with a story written in light and time. Have you ever noticed how the full moon changes throughout the year? What's your favorite lunar moment? Let me know below. The buck moon and weather. The buck moon doesn't just light up the night, it often brings with it the rumble and flash of summer thunderstorms. July is known for its warm, humid days that build up into powerful storms, and many cultures have nicknamed this full moon the thunder moon because of those booming sounds in the distance. These summer storms aren't just dramatic weather shows, they play an important role in refreshing the earth, nourishing crops, and maintaining the balance of ecosystems. The timing of the buck moon with these seasonal weather patterns creates a natural rhythm, linking the celestial with the terrestrial. As the moon rises, it often signals a time of change in the atmosphere, reminding us of the dynamic forces at work both in the sky and on the ground. This connection between the moon and weather has fascinated people for centuries, inspiring stories and traditions that honor the power of nature. So when you see the glowing buck moon hanging low in the July sky, listen closely. You might just hear the distant roll of thunder, a perfect soundtrack to this luminous summer spectacle. Have you ever noticed how the moon seems to predict or accompany weather changes? Share your thoughts. Historical traditions. The buck moon carries with it a treasure trove of stories and legends that have been passed down through generations. Across different cultures, this full moon inspired myths that explain its glow and significance. Some Native American tribes believed the buck moon was a time when spirits of the forest were especially close, guiding hunters and protecting wildlife. In European folklore, the full moon in July was sometimes linked to magical happenings, where the veil between worlds was thin and anything seemed possible. These tales often highlight the moon's mysterious power to influence not just nature, but human emotions and fortunes. Even today, people share stories about how the buck moon brings clarity, inspiration, or a sense of calm. These historical traditions remind us that the moon has always been more than just a celestial body. It's a symbol woven into the fabric of human culture. When you watch the buck moon rise, you're connecting with centuries of storytelling, where the moonlight sparked imagination and wonder. So what's the most fascinating moon myth or legend you've heard? I'd love to hear your favorite. How to observe the buck moon. The buck moon isn't just a beautiful sight to behold, it's also a perfect excuse to get outside and experience nature in a whole new way. Whether you're an avid stargazer, a casual night walker, or someone looking for a peaceful moment under the sky, the buck moon offers a unique opportunity. The best time to observe this moon is right at moonrise or just before dawn when the sky is darkest, and the moon's glow is at its most striking. Grab a pair of binoculars or a telescope if you have one, but even with the naked eye, the buck moon's brightness and size make it hard to miss. Photographers especially love this full moon because its warm, golden light creates stunning images that capture the essence of summer nights. If you want to make the experience even more special, try combining moon watching with other activities like a nighttime picnic, a quiet meditation, or simply sharing stories with friends around a campfire. The buck moon invites us to slow down and reconnect with the natural world, reminding us that even in our busy lives there's magic waiting to be found in the night sky. When was the last time you stopped to watch the moon? What's your favorite way to enjoy it? Share your thoughts below. Buck moon in popular culture. The buck moon has quietly inspired artists, writers, and musicians for centuries, weaving its way into popular culture in fascinating ways. From classic paintings that capture its glowing presence over serene landscapes to poems that celebrate its symbolism of growth and renewal, this full moon has sparked creativity across generations. Musicians have even used the buck moon as a metaphor for change, mystery, and the passage of time in their lyrics, giving it a timeless place in storytelling. Movies and TV shows occasionally feature the buck moon to set a mood, whether it's romance under its warm light or suspense in its eerie glow. This cultural footprint shows how the moon's influence stretches far beyond science and nature, touching our emotions and imaginations. The buck moon becomes a shared experience, a symbol that connects us through art and media, reminding us that the night sky is a canvas for human expression. Next time you see the buck moon shining brightly, think about how many stories, songs, and artworks it has inspired, and maybe even create your own. What's your favorite artistic or cultural reference to the moon? Drop a comment below. Upcoming buck moon dates. The next few years promise exciting opportunities to witness the buck moon in all its glory. Since the buck moon is tied to the lunar cycle, its exact date shifts slightly each year, usually falling somewhere in July. For example, in 2025, the buck moon will grace the sky on July 24th, offering a perfect chance to catch its warm, golden glow. Marking your calendar for these dates means you won't miss out on this stunning summer spectacle. Some years, the buck moon aligns with other celestial events like meteor showers or lunar eclipses, creating unforgettable nights for skywatchers. Communities and astronomy groups often organize special events, from guided moonlit hikes to photography workshops, making it easier and more fun to experience the buck moon with others. Whether you're a seasoned astronomer or simply someone who loves a beautiful night sky, knowing when the buck moon will appear helps you plan your perfect moon-gazing moment. So, keep an eye out for announcements, and get ready to enjoy one of nature's most enchanting shows. When's your next moon-watching plan? Share it with us. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the fascinating world of the July buck moon. If you enjoyed uncovering these space facts, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss an update from Space Facts. We love hearing from you, so drop a comment below and tell us what surprised you the most or what moon mysteries you want us to explore next. Your support helps us bring more amazing cosmic stories right to your screen. See you in the next video.